A family is at the dinner table. The son asks the father, "Dad, how many kinds of boobs are there?" The father, surprised, answers, "Well, son, a woman goes through 3 phases. In her 20s, a woman's breasts are like melons, round and firm. In her 30s and 40s, they are like pears, still nice, hanging a bit. After 50, they are like onions." "Onions?" the son asks. "Yes. You see them and they make you cry." This infuriated his wife and daughter. The daughter asks, "Mom, how many different kinds of willies are there?" The mother smiles and says, "Well, dear, a man goes through 3 phases also. In his 20s, his willy is like an oak tree, mighty and hard. In his 30s and 40s, it's like a birch, flexible but reliable. After his 50s, it's like a Christmas tree." "A Christmas tree?" the daughter asks. "Yes, dead from the root up and the balls are just for decoration." A teacher is teaching a class and she sees that Johnny isn't paying attention, so she asks him, "If there are 3 ducks sitting on a fence, and you shoot one, how many are left?" Johnny says, "None." The teacher asks, "Why?" Johnny says, "Because the shot scared them all off." The teacher says, "No, 2, but I like how you're thinking." Johnny asks the teacher, "If you see 3 women walking out of an ice cream parlor, one is licking her ice cream, one is sucking her ice cream, and one is biting her ice cream, which one is married?" The teacher says, "The one sucking her ice cream." Johnny says, "No, the one with the wedding ring, but I like how you're thinking. My friend thinks he is smart. He told me an onion is the only food that makes you cry, so I threw a coconut at his face." A boy is selling fish on a corner. To get his customers' attention, he is yelling, "Damn fish for sale. Get your damn fish here." A pastor hears this and asks, "Why are you calling them damn fish?" The boy responds, "Because I caught these fish at the local dam." The pastor buys a couple fish, takes them home to his wife, and asks her to cook the damn fish. The wife responds surprised, "I didn't know it was acceptable for a preacher to speak that way." He explains to her why they are damn fish. Later at the dinner table, he asks his son to pass the damn fish. He responds, "That's the spirit, Dad. Now pass the f***ing potatoes." A teacher asked her students to use the word beans in a sentence. "My father grows beans," said one girl. "My mother cooks beans," said a boy. A third student spoke up, "We are all human beings." A boy asks his father, "Dad, are bugs good to eat?" "That's disgusting. Don't talk about things like that over dinner," the dad replies. After dinner the father asks, "Now, son, what did you want to ask me?" "Oh, nothing," the boy says. "There was a bug in your soup, but now it's gone." A man kills a deer and takes it home to cook for dinner. Both he and his wife decide that they won't tell the kids what kind of meat it is, but will give them a clue and let them guess. The dad said, "Well, it's what mommy calls me sometimes." The little girl screamed to her brother, "Don't eat it. It's an asshole." Q. What do you call stoned Mexicans? A. Baked beans. Q. Why did the King Crusher quit his job? A. Because it was so depressing. Q. What do you call a baptized Mexican? A. Bean dip. Q. Why do hamburgers go to the gym? A. To get better buns. Q. How much room is needed for fungi to grow? A. As much room as possible. Yo mama's so fat the bears have to hide their food from her when she goes camping. Q. If you have 13 apples in one hand and 10 oranges in the other, what do you have? A. Big hands. Your Halloween costume came in the mail today. I opened it. It was a rooster mask and a bag of lollipops. Going as a C***ck sucker again? An Italian mother says, "If you don't eat all the food on this plate, I'll kill you." A Jewish mother says, if you don't eat all the food on this plate, I'll kill myself. Scientists have discovered a food that diminishes a woman's sex drive by 90%. It's called a wedding cake. Q. Why do the French eat snails? A. They don't like fast food. Q. What do cats eat for breakfast? A. Mice Krispies. Yo mama's so fat her favorite food is seconds. Q. How come oysters never donate to charity? A. Because they are shellfish. You've got your head so far up your ass you can chew your food twice. Q. What do you call a sad coffee? A. Depresso. A panda walks into a bar, sits down, and orders a sandwich. He eats, pulls out a gun, and shoots the waiter dead. As the panda stands up to go, the bartender shouts, "Hey! Where are you going? You just shot my waiter and you didn't pay for the food." The panda yells back, "Hey man, I'm a panda. Look it up." The bartender opens his dictionary to panda, a tree-climbing mammal of Asian origin, characterized by distinct black and white coloring. Eats, shoots, and leaves. It's a sunny morning in the big forest and the bear family is just waking up. Baby bear goes downstairs and sits in his small chair at the table. He looks into his small bowl. It is empty. "Who's been eating my porridge?" he squeaks. Father bear arrives at the table and sits in his big chair. He looks into his big bowl. It is also empty. "Who's been eating my porridge?" he roars. Mother bear sticks her head out the kitchen door and yells, "For Pete's sake, how many times do we have to go through this?" It was Mother bear who go up first. It was Mother bear who woke everybody else in the house up. It was Mother bear who unloaded the dishwasher from last night and put everything away. It was Mother bear who went out into the cold early morning air to fetch the newspaper. It was Mother bear who set the table. It was Mother bear who put the cat out, cleaned the litter box and filled the cat's water and food dish. And now that you've decided to come downstairs and grace me with your presence, listen good because I'm only going to say this one more time, I haven't made the F***ing porridge yet. A fat man goes into a fast food restaurant and orders his food. The cashier says that it will be a minute or two for his food. Finally his food is ready. The cashier hands the food to the fat guy and tells him, "Sorry about your wait." A lot of people cry when they cut an onion. The trick is not to form an emotional bond. Q. What does a skeleton order at a restaurant? A. Spare ribs. Q. What's a shark's favorite sandwich? A. Peanut butter and jellyfish. Every 10 years, the monks in the monastery are allowed to break their vow of silence to speak 2 words. 10 years go by and it's one monk's first chance. He thinks for a second before saying, "Food bad." 10 years later, he says, "Bed hard." It's the big day, a decade later. He gives the head monk a long stare and says, "I quit." "I'm not surprised," the head monk says. "You've been complaining ever since you got here." Q. Why didn't the melons get married? A. Because they cantaloupe. Q. Why did the apple run away? A. Because the banana split. 2 old friends crossed paths after not seeing one another for almost a decade. Utkarsh, what are you doing these days? Sparsh, PhD. Utkarsh, wow. You're a doctor. Sparsh, no, pizza home delivery. Q. How can you drop a raw egg onto a concrete floor without cracking it? A. Any way you want, concrete floors are very hard to crack. There were 2 cannibals who captured a man. They decided it would be fair if they started eating from opposite ends. After a few minutes, the one who started at the head asked the other one, "How's it going down there?" And the other one replies, "I'm having a ball." Q. How do you turn white chocolate into dark chocolate? A. Turn off the light. Give a man a fish and he will eat for a day. Teach him how to fish and he will sit in a boat and drink beer all day. Q. Why did the tofu cross the road? A. to prove he wasn't chicken. A man walks into a bar and sits down. He asks the bartender, "Can I have a cigarette?" The bartender replies, "Sure, the cigarette machine is over there." So he walks over to the machine, and as he is about to order a cigarette, the machine suddenly says, "Oi, you bloody idiot." The man says with surprise in his voice, "That's not very nice." He returns to his bar stool without a cigarette and asks the bartender for some peanuts. The bartender passes the man a bowl of peanuts, and the man hears one of the peanuts speak, "Oh, I like your hair." The man says to the bartender, "Hey, what's going on here? Your cigarette machine is insulting me and this peanut is coming onto me. Why's this?" The bartender replies, "Oh, that's because the machine is out of order and the peanuts are complimentary." Q. What do you call a fake noodle? A. An impasta? If tomatoes are a fruit, isn't ketchup a smoothie? Q. Why can't you tell an egg a joke? A. Because it will crack up. Q. How do you get a blonde on the roof? A. You tell her the food is on the house. Q. How do you know a clock is still hungry? A. It goes back 4 seconds. Q. Where do you learn how to make ice cream? A. Sunday school. Waiter, do you want any dessert? Teddy bear, no thanks. I'm stuffed. Q. What do you get from a pampered cow? A. Spoiled milk.